Rental Board to order. As you please stand and join with us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sal Mangano. I'm the chairman of the Rental Board. With me tonight are my fellow board members, Maria Idisi, Kelly Medwig, Mike Murray, Mark Smith, Vernon Shelton, and Vice Chair Carla Bryant are excused this evening. For the record, we do have a quorum present. Before we begin calling the hearing scheduled for tonight, I'd like to take a moment and explain our procedures. I will call the hearing scheduled one at a time in the order that has been published in the legal notice and listed in our agenda. There's some extra copies on the table below if anybody needs them. Starting with case number 1, I will read the legal notice aloud. The applicant or their authorized representative will step up to the podium. The speaker must give his or her name and home address for the record. All speakers will be sworn in by myself. The applicant or their representative will be given an opportunity to present any information that he or she wishes to present to the board. If none, we will proceed to board questions. After board questions, any interested parties will then have an opportunity to speak. The applicant will be called back up at the end of the hearing to respond to any questions or concerns. The public hearing will likely be closed after the applicant answers any final questions. Should there be any open issues on the application or items that need to be remedied or corrected, the hearing may be held open for a longer period in the board's discretion to allow time for the applicant to make such corrections. Ladies and gentlemen, I just ask if you wish to speak, please keep it to the property issues and the property issues only. We ask you take a moment to silence your cell phones, ladies and gentlemen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone did have a notice like this on your door or mailed to you, it could mean your rental permit is in jeopardy and also a fine. The rental board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented to by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the rental board may determine that any approvals, rental permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. Our inspections are done Monday through Friday. If we tell you to make the repairs, please endeavor to do so at your earliest convenience. Unfortunately, we cannot have an inspector meet you at your house for a re-inspection. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're here to speak, we also ask that you, if everyone's saying the same thing, we ask that one person speaks for the entire group. We also ask you please keep your comments to 2 minutes maximum. At this time, I'd like to call the first new applicant, 92 12th Avenue in West Babylon. Please step forward. Hello, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Gerard Glass. My office is at 72 East Main Street in Babylon. I'm an attorney representing the applicant in this case.
Just raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir.
So I wanted to just let you know first that my clients are very upset about the fact that, what the tenants that are in their home have put the neighbors through in connection with this application. They are mortified about all of this. They are former Town of Babylon residents. They spent 4 or 5 hours traveling down from upstate. They live upstate. They retired up there, and they maintained this house. And have rented it to the same family for the last 12 years. They've never really even increased the rent. The rent for this home is about $1,500 a month for the entire house. They didn't do it because they're a family and they knew they couldn't afford it. But everyone has got to comply with rules. Everyone has got to cooperate and not be a burden to their neighbors. And they recognize and are very upset with the fact that their tenants, I think, have been a problem to the neighbors. So I've been dealing with Jorge Rosario. He's been very forthcoming in telling me, what's been going on. And I said, look, we have read the Tenants the Riot Act. We have gone to the house since our last hearing here back in October and undertaken the few repairs that the town required physically to the structure. Those are within our control. What happens with the tenant is not within our control. And after the last hearing, if there have been further complaints, as I believe there have been, then the tenant's gonna have a problem because we have no alternatives. We have no choices. We are going to cooperate with the board. We are gonna take the quickest and swiftest action to move forward with an eviction, notwithstanding the fact that this tenant is making a horrible mistake to not comply because they have such a favorable deal at the location. I wanted to let you know that if there's anything we can do to cooperate, we will. We've asked the tenant to be here. I'm not sure if they are. My understanding.
Just-
They are.
They are here. Is if there are problems, they need to explain to you, whether or not these are verified or not. And if at the end of the day, the board makes a determination that they're not going to continue this rental permit, we have, as the landlord, no choice. We are going to move to swiftly notice them and bring them to Second District Court in an eviction proceeding. Thank you for your time.
Excuse me, sir. One quick question is, do your clients agree to the terms and conditions that the town set forth when they sent in the renewal, or when they sent in the application?
They do.
Okay, sir. I just want to just share some correspondence that we have received. I don't know if the people were able to make it tonight or not, but we do receive some emails.
Yeah, my clients are right here. They are here, and we're happy to
This is
to
from the
hear
neighbors.
This is from the neighbors. And,
I
that
understand.
aren't,
Happy to hear it.
Okay, there's an applicant, there's an email regarding a petition. Do you happen to have the petition that was signed?
I do not.
There's also in the same letter, they do have a few other concerns, the noise complaints.
Understood.
All hours of the day and night. The cars, the lifted pickup trucks, the slingshot, all the cars that are coming and going throughout the night. And,
Noise complaints, illegal parking.
They're running a repair shop, looks like.
So there are complaints that they're running a repair shop out of the house. I'm just repeating this
I
because
don't know, I have to see
I'm
which
hoping that the
communication
tenant would like to come up and address
Yes,
this.
yes, yes. But I want to address you first as the
Absolutely,
representative,
sure.
Okay, repair shop.
Music blasting.
Music blasting.
I know there had been complaints about fireworks.
There's about a 40-foot boat that
Parks in the street and
comes
blocks
and
the
goes, parks in the
traffic.
street and disappears. Seems like people drop things off to be fixed, boats, motorcycles, dirt bikes, lawnmowers, et cetera, all loud engines. So that's basically it. And there was some pictures that were sent with that.
Great.
And then there was another, just so, there was another email as well, from a different neighbor. But they were basically the last meeting, the owner of the house stated she was gonna evict the tenants to sell the house, and neither of it occurred. I just wanna read that on the record, that, obviously, and you did say that they would like to possibly start the eviction proceedings.
So, let's talk about that for a second. You have a very interesting board. There's not a board like this. I've been, being a land use attorney, I look to this board and I'm curious to say that, and speaking with Jorge, like, what do you do? Because the nature of your complaints are sometimes incidental. They happen and then they stop. So we, as a landlord, have an obligation to give them an opportunity to cure. I can't just throw them out. I walk into district court and they're gonna throw me out. So what we did was we gave them a descriptive list of what the violations were. They've had an opportunity to cure. I'm assuming that the complaints that you're referencing are complaints since the hearing in October.
All right.
I need a record as well, because I'm gonna use your denial as the basis to evict them, if that's what you choose to do. And your denial is gonna be based upon these complaints. And Jorge has been kind enough to give me, a listing of, these complaints. The landlord has gone face-to-face and met with the tenant, as I understand it, and advised them, you can't do X, Y, and Z, and it's all of these things. If the complaints continue, our choice is to bring them to district court. But, it's not so simple as just going to do an eviction on a notice when it's when the activity is trans. They have to have notice and an opportunity to cure. And it's our intentions, not only based upon the lease itself, but based upon the fact that we're not gonna have a permit
Right.
to.
That's enough, isn't it?
I hope it's enough. I think that the fact that they have a lease, and the lease provision prohibits all of this activity, and they've given an opportunity to cure, I think we're in a much better place in terms of standing and a right, because, you know, we want to make sure that we're successful in the proceeding if we can't get voluntary compliance for them to vacate.
I have one question. Did your clients have a local property manager in the town or in Suffolk County? We do have the board does require a local property manager, just not so much for this, but in case something happens, a pipe breaks or something like that, or something that needs to be remedied.
They do have, I wouldn't describe it as a property manager, but they do have local contacts that they
Okay,
use
okay, good.
that deal with day-to-day issues.
That's okay, good. Thank you, sir.
Our problems, it seems to be, is more the conduct of the tenant as opposed to property conditions.
Correct.
The few items you brought, they dealt with immediately.
Right, no, I just want to make sure I'm doing my job properly as well.
Thank you.
Does anyone from the board have any questions or concerns before we open up to the audience?
Not at this point.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. At this time, is there anyone that wishes to speak regarding this property? Yes, please come forward, sir. How are you, sir?
Hi, how you doing?
Please
Before,
raise your right hand.
yes,
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? so
I
help you
do,
God?
sir.
Thank you. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Yeah, my name is Richard Impagliazzo, and I live at 1223 Fifth Street. And before I begin my comments, I'd like to present a petition from some of my various neighbors in the general area. And it states, "We, the undersigned, recommend the Town Rental Board deny a rental permit to the absentee landlords at 92 12th Avenue, West Babylon." If you could take this,
Yes.
could you make a copy for me, please?
Maybe, if you don't have a copy machine, maybe you just take a picture of it on your cell phone, so you have.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll take a picture of it, all right. Well, anyway,
How many, excuse me, sir, how many signatures are on that?
$19.
Separate property addresses or all the same? Or some,
Separate property addresses, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
se- distinct property
Yes,
addresses? Thank you.
Is that also, I think this is on the back too.
that's me on the back.
Okay.
I counted that one.
So how can we help you, sir?
Well, I'd just like to make a statement, if I may. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Any activity that requires a license or permit from the government is by definition a privilege bestowed upon a citizen by the proper authorities. This differs said activity from a right in that it can be taken away if the privilege is abused. Say, for instance, a person is caught driving drunk. That person's license is immediately suspended and could be revoked permanently, depending on the outcome of the legal proceedings to follow. That's because he or she abused the privilege. Such is the case with the property owners at 92 12th Avenue. For the past 10 years, well, I guess it's now 12 years or so, they have allowed the tenants to make life miserable for the neighbors with a daily barrage of mayhem. The tenants provide access to the home's garage to a person who operates a noisy auto and boat repair business and invites his friends to bring their children over for motor scooter races that last for hours on end. Unlicensed boys and girls as young as 10 years old drive these unregistered vehicles up and down Fifth Street with reckless abandon. Massive trailers and RVs with out-of-state license plates are parked in front of the home for days at a time, making it difficult to access Fifth Street from 12th Avenue due to site limitations and the necessity to make a wide turn. The tenants also engage in other seemingly nefarious activities at all times of the day and night. A lot of cars come and go quickly, with the drivers walking into the backyard and emerging soon after, only to get right back in their cars and drive off. I can only take an educated guess as to what is actually going on here, but you can draw your own conclusions. My comments here tonight offer an insight into how this situation has been allowed to fester and ruin the quality of life we once enjoyed. Please do the right thing and deny a rental permit to the property owners at 92 12th Avenue so that we can finally put an end to this sad state of affairs. Thank you. I'll make a copy of this and give it to you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else here in the audience that wishes to speak regarding this property? Yes, ma'am. Please step forward.
Hi, I'm Laura Benavia. I live at,
Please, you ready? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you
yes,
God?
I do.
Thank you.
I live at 102 13th Avenue, which is exactly a block away. If I stand at the corner of my house, I can see the property.
Okay.
And I've lived at my address for about 26 years now. In my travels, day and night, I pass the home. I see the activity that they're talking about, but I don't see any harmful activity. In fact, the tenant there has been a good neighbor to us in a way that if we had trouble in our home, he'd come over and help us. He's very talented that way. So yes, a lot of activity, but I don't see anything that's so bad that there's no town violations that he had to go to court for, that police reports or anything like that, that his children have to be kicked out of a house they've lived in for 12 years. So I came down today to hear the complaints because I can't bring myself to understand why a family who's living there that long would be kicked out for being active, for having a boat in front of the house for a day or two while he gets it ready to launch or whatever he's doing. And you know, campers in the summertime when you go camping. Done all that. I've had a boat, I've had a camper, but I've never passed by and saw anything that was offensive and say, oh my God, I'm glad I don't live down there. Nothing. The house is clean, there's never garbage anywhere. Yeah, he's a young person, so he has friends come over and hang out at night for a little while, but never 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's a decent hour that I've seen. Now, I don't live right there where they live, but I have to attest to Walter being a good person, and I've never seen anything that I thought was off. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank
Anyone else wish to speak regarding this property? Yes, ma'am. Please step forward. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Thank you. For the record, could you just state your name and your home address?
Susan Roth, 92 12th Avenue, West Valley.
You're the tenant.
Okay, I have a letter from my neighbor who lives directly across the street from me. And he wants us to stay. He said that, you know, we've talked to all the neighbors. We spoke to the cop that was here last time. We spoke to him. We spoke to the guy on the corner. The kids are in bed at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, the lights are out in my house if you go past. The boat is in the driveway. It's licensed and insured. Yes, I do have cars on the side of the house because I have 4 grandchildren that have licenses. And right now I'm taking care of my son who was in a bad accident. He had a car accident on a moped, which if you had an accident on a moped, you can go through my house. There's no mopeds, there's no electric scooters. There is nothing since my son got hit in November. So that racing might have been a long time ago, but it isn't now because my son nearly died. He's got plastic surgery in his face, 17 plates, pelvis, hand, wrist, seizures, the whole 9, brain injury, he was leaking spinal fluid. There is nothing motorized in my home right now. So, and this guy lives directly across the street. So, if you want to do that, you're welcome to.
Now, let me ask you a question, ma'am. Is there anyone doing repairs in your garage for a profit?
Excuse me?
Anyone doing repairs in the garage, fixing lawnmowers, snow blowers,
No.
cars, nothing?
He may do an oil change on his truck. He's got a diesel truck. He just did an oil change on the truck, but it wasn't in the garage. The garage is used to store his slingshot, and that's not used. And when he does use it, he waits until he gets to the convention site or whatever to turn the stereo on. We've talked to all the neighbors. They're in agreement. Everything's been quiet. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. If, you know, from what I gather, this man doesn't like me for whatever reason, but if you question the young lady that was here ahead of us, she said that he intimidated her, and then that night he intimidated her husband to the point where her husband had thrown him off the property. So he's got it in for me for whatever reason. And I don't see anything notarized. I don't see any code enforcement. I don't see any police. We haven't done anything. If they're so upset about what we're doing, call somebody. There is no proof because we're not doing anything. And I think it's sad that this man has to go around and intimidate everybody. You know, ask her. She can tell you because she threw him off and her husband threw him off twice. And that's what they accused us of doing, of intimidating the neighbors. That's why they didn't come over and explain the situation, which we've all done. And it's been fun. We were there last night talking to two of them last night. So I don't understand what the problem is. But that's the best I can do. I mean, she can give me a month-to-month lease if she thinks I'm doing something wrong, kick me out. Because we're not. And that's all I gotta say.
Excuse me, I have a question. I have a question here. You presented a letter attesting to the activity at the property, correct?
At the last time, yeah.
I mean, this one, the one that you just handed up.
Yes, that's curtailed.
And your address is 92 12th?
Yes.
And the individual who submitted this letter is lives at 1139 Fifth?
Right. My front of my house faces the side of his house across the street. If you look it up on a map. The side of his house is directly across the street from mine. And he's got floodlights and cameras, and he didn't come tonight because he had to work, but, you know, there's no proof of anything. This is all allegations. And if you remember from the last time, what he just said in his little speech is exact verbatim what he said the first time we were here in November. So,
No, ma'am. You mind? Mr. Murray just says, we'd like to read something from the minutes from the last time we all met.
sure.
Okay.
Excuse me, 1 second. Okay, so this is from the previous meeting we had concerning this property, and it's on the record from Mr. Hotelling. He testified at the previous meeting. Well, testified, he came up and spoke at the previous meeting. What he said at the previous meeting was, Mr. Holton stated I reside next to this property. My only complaint with this property is there's always excessive noise late in the evening. We are trying to relax at night. The noise is unbearable. Visitors to the house, driving up and down the street, it is very loud. We have young kids in the neighborhood. Someone's going to get hurt. You can put up with this for a while, but we can't anymore.
Now, who is
We
this?
are concerned about the neighborhood. From the gentleman that wrote this letter.
Yeah, because everybody, remember when we came last time, everybody said they were afraid to talk to us? Well, they did
He got up-
eventually talk to us.
He got up and
And we
stated
were
this
fine.
at the meeting.
Yeah, after the
I'm just
meeting,
reading
we
you right from the record. That's all I wanted to read.
Yeah, well,
It's the
we
same
talked to
gentleman.
him
It's the same
since
gentleman.
then, and everything's quiet.
Okay? I
You
just
know,
wanted to bring that
my
up.
lights are out at 10 o'clock at night, kids go to bed at 8. There's no problem.
Okay?
But it's like the gentleman said last time, it's communication. You have to talk to people. And they did, and we rectified it, and it won't happen again.
Is there a reason he didn't submit this to us prior to the meeting? We have no proof that this is actually him. I'm not saying that you made this up or anything, but last time he appeared, Is there a
Well,
reason
he
he,
submitted a letter last time. He mailed it into the town.
but he also
And then I
appeared?
told him that we needed a current date on it, and he wrote another one.
Right, but he appeared at the last meeting. Is there a reason he could not appear tonight on your
Yeah, he's
behalf?
working. He works till 8 o'clock, or he would have been here. But he said if you want to contact him or call him, he has no problem with that. Okay, it's
Thank
been
you.
rectified, everything's cool.
I was
You
just
know,
curious.
Like you said, it's communication. If they had told us there was a problem, we would have handled it. And like I said, she's got a month-to-month lease. She, you know, I don't know what to say.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, ma'am. At this time, is there anyone else who wishes to speak at this time? Hearing none, Mr. Gillespie, please step forward.
So therein lies the conundrum. We don't know, you know, what to believe. I think the situation's gotten better, for sure. And I can't give you any advice other than if you were to issue a permit, perhaps on a temporary basis. But I will tell you that when I see a petition that's signed by people without specific identified complaints, there are no violations of the town code. I can't look to my lease to throw this tenant out. So you can direct me, write me summonses. You know, your ordinance is such that I can't comply with it. I've got a lease. So when I go to district court, they're gonna say, well, what violations were issued? Are these noise complaints verified? It sounds like there was some improvement. I wish that the gentleman that came up with the list of 10 or 12 people had indicated on that petition, you know, some precise complaints. Like he said, scooters, it sounds like that stopped. RV parked in front of the home, well, guess what? That's not a violation of the town code. Nefarious activities, coming and going quickly. I understand that that is a concern. People are concerned that things like that are drug dealing. If it's going on, I've got to have verified complaints of something of that nature. Those are the issues that that gentleman spoke of. I didn't hear him talk about, well, has the noise gotten any better? Is there, you know, have any of the other issues gotten better? So,
In all due respect, sir, not to stop you, but in the 2 prior emails that we received, they basically said it hasn't.
okay,
However, you know, obviously, they weren't able to, one person was going into the hospital for procedure, and the other person wasn't able to make it.
I understand.
You know,
So, but for purpose of the board, you know, you folks need, if you're gonna deny the permit, you know the requirements of law. I'm just asking that the record be substantial enough so we can act. You know, otherwise, there are other things we can do, but, you know, the long-term tenants.
Is there a reason you didn't do it the first time when we requested it?
Because I think that the complaints are such that they have to be given an opportunity to cure. So we went, met with them, fixed the property complaints. There was a notice that was sent, honestly, to terminate the lease. But
We gave you to December 14th of '22 to evict the tenant.
I invite you to come with me to landlord-tenant court. I'm in there 3 times, you know, a week.
I've been
in
there, I
different
used to be a property manager.
Well, then you understand that this is a minimum of, I couldn't have done that if I wanted to. Why? Because it's a minimum of a 90-day notice under the law.
There's also apparently been some police reports from the property. I don't see them in the record, but
So once it's a minimum, just to be clear, it's a minimum of a 90-day notice under the law. I can't just throw them out. 2019, they changed the law. It's not a
No, we
30-day
know,
notice anymore.
we know.
They have a lease.
This is April.
They have a lease. If I started it now, it'll be the summer before I'm done. At least the summer.
Did you
probably the
start
end
it
of the
back
summer.
on December
No,
14th,
no,
2022?
No. And why is because the complaints came to us and we gave them notice. So I just suggest to you that the landlord's got counsel. I think that you've got to make sure that your record is clear about all of these complaints. And we will cooperate with what the board says after we gave them the notice, all right? So you had a hearing, we came, we met with them thereafter and said, look, these are the complaints. You know you were here last time. If you don't straighten your act out, you're going to get evicted.
Counsel, I have a question.
Yes?
Or would you, or maybe you'd concede that the recreational activity with the scooters and mopeds and such, isn't that generally a summertime, like fair weather activity?
I think under any event, if they're doing it in the street or it's annoying the neighbors, it's unacceptable.
The reason why I mention that, because our hearing was in October, and post, we can say, nothing's happened. We just broke, 80 degrees? The weather's going to get better. And this kind of activity generally happens. That kind of recreational activity, stunt riding in the street and whatnot, generally happens in the summertime or when there's fair weather. That's the reason why I'm mentioning that. And the question is, so if it was mentioned that someone was severely injured, why didn't the activity stop before that person being severely injured?
I have no idea. I'm not trying to defend what the tenant said. I just think that as a board, you've got a unique ordinance here, I will tell you. And, you know, I think that people come in and say, just because I sign a petition, it doesn't mean you're going to be able, this is a property right. So, you know, I'm not here to challenge your ordinance, I'm here to cooperate. And but this is a much more complex issue than this board saying you need to have a substantiated record. And just because I came to one hearing, Ms. Medwig, or they came to one hearing and complaints were raised, it doesn't give me the right to just terminate a
We
lease.
denied your permit.
Say it again?
We denied the permit.
So I don't have a denial in, how did this get scheduled? Because there was an opportunity to cure and they reapplied?
They reapplied.
They reapplied, okay. So,
Can I just read something from going back to the last meeting? I would assume, Mr. Nielsen, this is from the last meeting. I'm sorry. Mr. Smith stated, Mr. Smith stated, on the advice of counsel, we can give you time to start the eviction process. We will give you until December 14th, 2022. Mr. Nielsen stated, okay, can I have the police reports? Mr. Rosario stated, we cannot give those to you. I will give you my card and I can explain how you can get them from the first precinct. That's what Mr. Rosario said to Mr. Nielsen. So, from what I'm getting from this, Mr. Rosario gave him his card. Did he pursue it?
Did he get the police reports?
I'm unaware of that.
That might help your case.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
All I'm asking for, and I'm not here in any way to challenge you. All I'm asking for is,
No,
I
we're
go
just
in
giving-
this district courthouse, and I am frustrated as an attorney.
We're just giving you the
Because I'm
background.
gonna get thrown out on my can, and then Jorge's gonna go, what happened, Glass? And I tell you from experience, it's that, I've gotta have a record, a sustainable record. So I have a termination letter right here, prepared, ready to go, all right? And, I came here tonight to hear, just like you're hearing, is, well, has it gotten better? Are these complaints still, you're not throwing them out, you're not terminating this lease because there's an RV picked in the street. There's no history of written violations from the town.
Well,
These
apparently
reports would be something that'll help.
apparently the first precinct had him. Can we bring Mr. Nielsen up?
Sure. Come on up, Mr. Nielsen.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, please state your name and your home address.
Rich Nielsen, 446 Boswell Hill Road, Endicott, New York.
Thank you, sir.
How are you, Mr. Nielsen? Thank you for coming up. Mr. Rosario gave you his card, correct? Did you pursue the complaints?
I called Mr. Rosario.
Okay?
I spoke to him. I didn't even get a chance to ask him about the police report. I started to talk to him about the eviction stuff, and I'm gonna say, I wish he was here. He said, thanks for calling, goodbye. So, and that, I'm telling you, that's what happened. The words might have been slightly different, but I wanted to talk to him about the eviction, and before I even could, he didn't,
Did you try again?
no.
Did
He could call
you,
me if he had.
I was
wanted
just
to talk to me.
curious.
did you contact the first precinct?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Rosario, has been, had a number of conversations with me, and he has followed up. So I will he's, you know, encouraged us to cause the tenants to vacate, but, you know, this lease term is up at a date certain. So one way or another, if this board denies the permit, we are cooperating. It's that simple. End of story. These folks are, you know, in their retirement years. This is something they don't want to deal with. They don't want you to deal with. They're mortified to even be here. They're law-abiding, good people. They have no history of violations, and they don't want to upset the neighbors, you, or anyone else.
Thank you.
So we are with you.
At this time, motion,
Motion to deny, Mark Smith.
seconded by,
Seconded by Maria Adisi.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. At this time, this application is denied. Thank you. 746 Long Island Avenue, Deer Park. How are you today, ma'am?
Good evening.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. For the record, could you please state your name and your address?
Jamie Winkler, 474 Montauk Highway, West Islip. I'm the expediter for the applicant of 746 Long Island Avenue.
Thank you. Do your clients agree to the terms and conditions that the town set forth on this application?
Yes, they did a lot of work when the rental inspector came and found violations,
Okay,
and everything was brought up to code.
great. Anyone here from the board have any questions or concerns regarding this property?
Yes, I would. Hi, how are
Hi.
you? All right, there are some items, though, that they still need to take care
Okay,
of,
tell me.
okay? And we have photographs, so I could give them to you, too.
Sure.
But they need to remove all the debris, clean up around the house.
Exterior only?
Yes, this is, what we're talking about here is exterior.
Okay.
This is what came from the exterior inspection that was done right before this meeting. They need to remove all the debris. They need to wash the home. There's a lot of green moss on the siding. They need to replace the driveway.
They can't just repave, you want it replaced?
Yeah,
With
that's what,
concrete?
yes.
It looks like it's concrete,
It's
right?
asphalt.
Concrete or blacktop.
There's something in the back, a parking area in the back, too.
And remove all the unlicensed vehicles
Okay.
that are on the property.
There's also a parking area in the back. They're parking on the grass in the back. They'd have to extend this area and either make it a
Yeah, they need to install a blacktop in the rear of property, in the rear of the property for
plant grass
parking.
or something.
The fence also needs to be cleaned as well, and replace the front walkway.
Can I see the walkway, please? Okay.
Okay, and repair broken pieces of the sidewalk.
Did you go in the home as well? Again, you didn't go in the home the
No,
second
this is
time.
the
This is
exterior, yes.
Okay, no problem.
According to the records, they passed
They did
the
everything,
interior, yes.
Correct. All right, what is my date to have this done by, please?
Well, is anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? You're hearing none?
We'll give the landlord until June 28th to get the items done. I have, I'm sorry, July 26th.
Oh, okay.
So that'll give him plenty of time. I have photographs, and I actually wrote the items down that he
Can I
needed
have
to
those, or
take
you
it.
want to email them to me?
No, I'll give them to you
Okay.
right now.
So, at this time, we're just gonna take a motion.
Mo- Motion to extend to July 26 to make the necessary repairs.
Second by,
Seconded by Maria Adisi.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Just so you know, ma'am, there's a code that I just have to cite it. It's 191-16, duty to repair sidewalks and maintain sidewalks. And also, we have to remove all the debris, wash the home, replace the driveway, remove all registered unlicensed vehicles, replace the fence, install blacktop for rear for parking, wash the PVC fence, and replace the front walkway, replace the broken piece of the sidewalk, which is then, obviously the code. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good night. At this time, we're gonna move on to the renewals. It's 69 Garden City Avenue in Wyandanch. How are you today, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good, sir. truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, could you please state your name and your home address?
My name is, first name is Dilip, D-I-L-I-P. Last name is Deokule, D-E-O-K-U-L-E, 2137 Deer Park Avenue, Deer Park.
Thank you, sir. Now, when you sent in the renewal for this property, do you agree to the terms and conditions
The terms and conditions of?
that the town sent you?
On the application?
Yes, I did, yes.
Also, the property, your home, the 2137 Deer Park Avenue, you also have a permit for that as well? Is that the house that did you just purchase that house?
No, I don't.
Oh, no,
No,
okay, that's
no.
okay.
I'm a tenant there.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, so you do have the terms and conditions. Does anybody here for the board have any questions or concerns regarding this property?
I do, Mr. Chairman. Mark Smith, 69 Garden City. Sir, before we can grant your permit, we require that you address some issues.
Sure.
One is remove all unregistered vehicles, wash the rear of the house, replace the piece of blacktop in the rear, and remove all debris on the side of the house. That's it.
No problem at all. Incidentally, they've been with me for over 25 years, and I'm glad you have this because I've been after them for, I couldn't tell you how many years. So I'll use this as ammunition and I'll get them.
To get them to do it. Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone here in the audience wishes?
Next time, just don't renew their lease.
Anyone here in the audience wishes to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to extend to July 26th to make the necessary repairs and corrections.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria
All in
ADC.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. So just to recap, this is going to be extended to July 26th. Remove all unregistered vehicles, wash the rear of the home, replace the piece of blacktop in the rear, remove all debris on the side of the house, okay?
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Can I have a copy of it, please?
We have photographs.
Oh, good, wonderful.
So now you're still here for 13 Chestnut Street in Wyandanch?
Right, before we go there, I have to come back again on July 26th?
No, sir.
No.
Oh, okay,
We'll just send an inspector.
no problem.
So we'll give you those pictures in
Okay,
a minute.
no,
So you're here for 13 Chestnut Street in Wyandanch as well? That's your house?
yes,
I'd like to remind you, you're still under oath.
yes,
And when you
thank you.
sent in the renewal for this property, you agree to the terms and conditions, correct?
Yes, I did.
Great. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
Yes, I would. Hi, the inspection for the interior went well, and there's only a couple of small items to do on the exterior of the
Okay.
house. You need to wash the home, there's some, green.
On the north
Oh.
side, I'm aware of it, yes.
Right, so if you could just wash the home and clean out the gutters, and that's it.
No problem.
I mean, do you want me to give you a short date, or do you want me to give you a long date, and if you get it,
Whatever is better for the board. I mean, I'll have this done in a matter of a couple of weeks.
okay. Yeah, we'll give you till, the end of July, but if you get it done sooner.
Fair
just
enough.
Send the photographs, and then we'll re-inspect.
Great.
So at this time, anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none. Do you have a motion?
Motion to extend to July 26th by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria
All in
ADC.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. We're going to keep this open until July 26th, sir, just so you could wash the home and clean out the gutters.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mark will give you the pictures. 29 Cayuga Avenue, Dearborn. 29 Cayuga Avenue in Deer Park, Jerry Parkes. This will be put on second call. 15 Jefferson Avenue, Wyandanch. How are you today, sir?
How you doing?
Please right here. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, could you please state your name and your home address?
My name is Ralph Munoz, 2 Saltbox Court, Smithtown, New York.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in the renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
Yes, I did.
Great. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
Yes, I would, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
How are you tonight, sir? My
Hey,
name is
how you
Mike
doing,
Murray. We have some issues that we'd like you to square away before you'd granted your permit to repair. Okay? The front fence, stockade fence, you can take it down, or you can put a new one up. That one's got to go. Please? You can please remove all debris from the property. Driveway needs to be replaced,
I did the replacement. Right,
the whole driveway.
oh, the whole thing? Why is
On
that?
that dirt area on the side,
Yeah.
that can't really be.
No, that's the side. I see that patch over, that's what I did. That's why you told me that had to be fixed.
Who told you that?
They told me that the drive has to be patched.
Who said that?
I had the letter, I guess. I had a letter saying that the last time they did the inspection, they said the patch that has to be repaired. And I did that,
It said replace, repair driveway, seed the side yard area along the driveway.
right? Because that was dirt, that patch going all the way, if you see it down, that's
I
brand
see
new.
the little piece of patch, but there's another hole, and there's this whole side piece.
Well, that's just dirt, really.
Yeah, but you can't have it with people are driving on it and parking on it.
You see, I mean, if you want me to put a board, going down
How about replacing the driveway?
the whole thing. If I would've known, I wouldn't have wasted that money there. Okay, I'll do it. I'll reply.
All right, thank you.
I'll definitely do it.
Also, in the rear, if you could please, there's something hanging off on the facial board. Got something there?
Oh, yeah, it looks like a piece fell.
You could please repair that or replace it, whatever's easier.
What is that, siding?
Looks like a piece of the trim, maybe.
Okay.
Okay? All those gutters on the house, if you could just secure them. They're loose, please. The home needs a good cleaning on the exterior.
Right. Okay.
If we go to the rear pictures, please. Oh, one other thing, if we go to the front, please, Nunzio. You got a 50-gallon drum on the front. What is?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that.
Okay.
I'm
And
trying to get somebody who will pick that up.
What is in it?
I don't know. We was there since we bought the house, I'll be honest with you. So,
What about this? What is this thing?
That's just a container, I think. I'll get rid of that. I'll
Yeah,
tell
you
them.
can't store. That was my
It's
next-
nothing in it.
Yeah.
I know that. So I'll get rid of that too.
I would check to see what's in there before you just have somebody.
Yes,
Maybe an
I will call the waste.
environmental company.
definitely.
You do have
Yeah.
children living in the house.
Right.
I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yes,
I think there's a few little kids living there.
2 containers. Okay, I'll get rid
So
of
we're
that.
going to go to the back of the property now.
Okay.
This is very dangerous for those kids. Those kids could fall, hit their face on the side of that cinder block, whatever,
All broken up.
So if you want to take it down, that's okay.
Okay,
But that whole thing has to be cleaned up. It has to be safe for the family.
just tear it down, right?
Curving part, everything, however you,
Could I keep the concrete there?
you can keep the concrete there.
Okay.
But all that other stuff, a little kid falls, or even somebody walking falls on
Okay.
it, they're gonna gash their face pretty good.
All
What
right,
pictures of
clean
that?
back.
You have the pallets in the back, looks like a.
Debris.
That's not there no more, I don't think. Yeah. I
Okay,
think I-
well, these were on the 4th of April,
Fence is not theirs,
these photos.
right? The rear fence is yours.
Was that? I'm sorry.
That needs to be
Rear fence?
I don't think that's my fence.
Well, if the nice part is facing a neighbor's, that's usually
your
the
fence.
person who owns the home, gives a courtesy and
Oh,
faces the
so
nice part.
it's facing the other way, right?
Right. If it was facing, if the tickets were facing your way, that would be his fence.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so
That's-
it's the good
Sometimes
side.
you can talk to the neighbor and say, look, and this fence needs to be replaced, you want to split it? You could do that sometimes, or you could just take it down.
Got a truck in the back, too. that
Okay, do I have to ask permission if
No.
I could take it down?
No.
But I don't know if it's mine or hers.
It looks like it's yours.
It's yours.
The good sides and the other side, so I could take it
It
down.
would be on your survey, check your survey.
Okay, I'll take it down.
You could take it down, but you do have kids in the house. Just a reminder.
And the front too, I gotta take down that small fence, right?
Yeah, you could take that down. And the picture of the truck, is there a truck parked in the back there?
Yeah.
Just a bumper.
That truck.
If you could please not park a truck in the backyard.
Yeah, I told them that a lot of times.
Okay? Thank you very
I'll do the
much.
driveway too.
Thank you very much,
I'll
sir.
repair.
Is there anyone here in the audience regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to extend till July 26th. Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
If you need more time, let us know.
What date is that? I'm sorry.
July
July
26th.
26th.
26?
Yes, sir.
Someone left their phone here.
No, that's recorded.
Oh, okay.
Would you like the photo, sir?
Yes, please.
Just so you know, this is gonna be kept open until July 26th. There's gonna be some things they need replaced and fixed. And Michael, Mr. Murray gave you that. Replace or remove the front fence, remove all the debris, replace the driveway. Replace the board that's hanging off the roof. Clean and secure all the gutters, wash the home. Replace or remove the fence in the rear. Remove the 50-gallon drum and also that other drum that's on a skid. We also ask that you remove the broken cinder blocks in the back. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Good day, sir. Thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you, sir.
39 Fulton Street in Deer Park. How are you today, sir?
Good evening. Hi, how are you?
Please right here. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, could you please state your name and your home address?
Michael DeVito, 70 Intervale, Roslyn, New York.
Thank you, sir. When you said in the renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property that the town sent you?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Anyone here from the board wishes to speak regarding this property?
Yes, I would please, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
How are you, Mr. DeVito?
Good, how are you?
My name is Mike Murray.
Evening.
We have a good amount of issues that we'd like you to take care of before you're granted your permit. Okay?
Okay.
Start with the front ones. You see the front walkway?
Yes.
It has to be replaced. There can't be a quarter-inch deviation from,
Okay, I understand.
okay?
Okay.
So you have to replace that. You do have a lot of cement issues on the property.
Okay.
Okay? Just remove the debris over there. How about that trailer? Did we get a back shot of that, Nuns?
The garbage, yeah.
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
That was behind the trailer there. You
Oh.
need to remove it. How about that trailer? It needs to be licensed. You can't just store a trailer on the,
It is, but I can remove it. Can have it removed.
Right here.
okay. I apologize.
It's okay.
Didn't see it on the picture. You'll clean up the side of the fence there, right next to the trailer, all that debris there,
Yes.
please. You have, did you submit plans to build that shed to the town?
No, I didn't build that shed.
Who built that shed?
Tenant.
It's kind of close to the fences, and it has to be 4 feet
4
So-
feet.
From the property
the-
line.
from the property. They'll
Okay.
need a permit,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
However you want to do it, that you speak with your tenant.
4 feet from the fence.
Yeah, just double check me on that. Go to the building department and check that, okay? You got debris in,
And then they need a
yeah.
permit is required for that?
If it's above a certain height, I think if it's above 10 feet, you can, when you,
And slab.
For the property, as well as you can ask for a building permit application, and they'll also give you the instructions for residential, and that will give you all the setback distances.
Okay.
thank
They're
you.
also online.
I'm sorry?
The building application, permit application is also on our website.
Okay.
You can download it so you can read the
Okay.
Okay,
instructions.
we have some other cement issues here. You see all that?
Right.
Okay? So you decide what, yeah, yeah. Just, a lot of the cement on your property has issues. We'd like that driveway replaced.
Okay.
Okay, you,
Driveway
if, you-
replaced?
yeah, you can put in blacktop. You can blacktop all that cement too,
Yeah.
because it is a tripping hazard and it needs to be maintained properly. And the apron,
Replaced or
end,
repaired the cement?
yeah, that has to be replaced. You need to
Okay.
have an apron, okay?
Could just be blacktop then?
Both, on both sides. Well, no, actually, the cement apron on the one side is in good shape.
Right.
That's good. It's the one on the other side. The blacktop one?
Right, that one, yeah.
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 Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Just have a seat, so someone wishes to speak regarding the property. Hello, sir. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. For the record, please state your name and your home address.
I'm Dion Ramprashad, and I'm 34 Fulton Street, Deer Park.
34
Just
Fulton, you
across.
said?
34.
Okay.
So I just decided I want to come here today because I have a few issues with this property, the tenants there.
You could just speak up a little, please, sir.
I just
Thank
came here because I have a few issues with the tenant here in this said property. Last summer, they put the garbage out there for like 1 month. It was outside, a whole bunch of garbage, construction garbage. Did not moved it. I spoke to the tenants nicely, and I'm like, you know, you have to tie it up because the garbage guys wouldn't take it. He had an attitude. He left it. I don't know. Eventually, it moved after a month.
Excuse me for 1 second. Did you get a notice on that from the town? No. You didn't get a blue notice in the mail on that? No, I'll have to look that up. Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah. This is the first time I'm actually seeing the landlord because I never seen anyone except the tenants. A bunch of tenants, actually. I'm not sure if this is a one-family or a two-family rental. Okay. There's commercial vehicles always parking on the street, speeding up and down the block. My kids are always playing. Last summer I had to get the slow down signs and put it at the side of the street because I'm afraid that they would knock my kids down. Last summer, I'm a doctor, and during the pandemic, I had to work like 16-hour shifts. I would come home, and they were playing music all night, drinking beers. One night, I had to go over nicely in my robe, and I'm like, you know, this is ridiculous. It's Thursday night, and you can't do this. There's like parties and music. For example, Thursday night, I would have more evidences if I knew that I had to appear here, if you guys was gonna send me alerts up here, but this is just from Thursday. You'll see the guys were drunk on Thursday night.
This Thursday?
This past Friday, and they have scooters scooting down the street to see who could go faster. And I have the video here.
What time of the night was that, sir?
This was, I would say about 9 o'clock.
Okay. Did you call the police at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
If you would like, you could see that. You could look at the video and they're standing on the scooter, the motorbike, without a helmet. They're literally standing, not sitting, standing, speeding down the block, back and forth. Yeah, you can. I guess you're not, because I've never seen you in the block for the time I've been there. I've never seen you because you never pass around to see if there is. Okay. Last summer, across the neighbor, we get along very nicely. They went on vacation for a month and they asked me to look at their property for them. I did. If you look at the video, the same picture here, you would see at the side, the tenants keep driving on the lawn, broke his sprinkler, and had the sprinkler spraying for 2 weeks. I was confused, did not know what to do. It was soaking my whole, in front of my whole house. The water was wasting. I'm trying to WhatsApp them. They can't get a contract. I have to go put a block on it because it's constantly spraying on the street. It's soaking the whole block running down.
Did you ever call and make a formal complaint about the property to our complaint system?
I didn't. I never did because I didn't know.
Just so
I
you
don't know how
you
to do
can.
that.
You can.
I don't know how to do that, and so I
You
never
call
did.
town hall and they'll set you up with the department that takes care of that.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was, I mean, you did say to keep it to the property. The other homeowner was here the last time, but the landlord did not show up. I would like for him to speak on behalf of himself, but he was here because they went in and stole stuff in his yard, the tenants. He was supposed to come, I don't know what happened. But I just want to keep it to the problems that I have.
Thank you.
And so, the noise, I mean, I'm not stopping anyone. I know there's a right to rent your property, but it's really it's not being regulated in the property.
It's ruining your quality of life.
Absolutely. And especially with the noise. After being in medical school for 13 years, I can't tolerate working hard all day and being at night when I want to sleep and I can't. It's really difficult. So I left where I was living because of that, thinking that I was coming here to live, and get peace of mind, but it's really not happening for me. Now, the tenants, the other thing, kids it's fine. That's not really a problem, but they got the little, I don't know, the thing that you stand on now. It has a jukebox on it built in now. So they're scooting down the street and it's music, You know what, I'll be honest, it wasn't late. That didn't bother me. It's kids. But when adults speeding, back and forth, and the property is never maintained well. If you look in the front of that property for the whole block, there's a big, deep area that pools water in front of, coming this way, not there. Coming this way is a big area. That's the only house that, because the tenants don't care, they drive on the lawn, and it's a big, deep area that pools water all the time.
The house you bought, did you buy Frank Giordano's house?
I did.
I know the block very well, I know.
Yeah.
And, okay.
And I was promised by Frank it's a peaceful, other than that house, it's a peaceful area and street. I just wanted to stay, peaceful. And I left my job 2 times, this last month and this month. I rescheduled patients because it was extremely important for me to be here today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just so you know, sir, if you want to call the complaint system, like Ms. Medwig said, you can just dial 311 also if you have a landline phone.
Okay,
That
great.
puts you right through to the complaint system. I would call the Suffolk County Police, okay, if you have issues with loud noise after. I think it's 10 o'clock at night, or the scooters going up and down, which we're going to address with the landlord.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Maybe at the end of the hearing, maybe you and the homeowner could maybe exchange phone numbers?
I would love for that to happen because
Talk to him,
I always wonder who was the landlord. I never seen the landlord there.
And I know the block well. It is a peaceful block. And,
It is,
Frank
yeah.
Louis, in the same block,
Yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay. I do go to the property often. I've never seen him, but I go during the day, and so I don't know, why he's saying I don't.
Day, right. Of course.
I've been there. I've owned it for years, and I'm not aware of these issues. If I'm aware of any issues, of course I will address it with the tenant. So, and I'm not aware of these scooters or
Maybe you
whatever.
could speak to your tenant.
Yeah, definitely.
Just so you know, the property, the first one, their permit was denied because of some of those issues.
The first.
The first,
Tonight.
First case we had tonight,
Right.
their permit just got denied. Because
for the very same thing or close to, that's going on at your property.
we don't
Okay.
want it to go there.
No, I don't want to go there either.
Yeah. Okay, good.
You just talk to the gentleman in the back after
Sure.
the second hearing, and then, just exchange numbers, and we could,
Definitely.
thank you. At this time, do we have a motion?
Motion to extend to make the necessary repairs. Kelly Medwig.
And seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. We're going to extend till July 26th, okay, sir?
Okay.
And you're aware of the things that need to be repaired?
Yes.
Mr. Murray, did you have pictures?
Want the pictures?
Yeah, I got them right here.
Okay, the shed is one of them, the driveway needs to be replaced, the apron, the sidewalk, the debris, the scooters, things like that. If you just talk to your tenants about that.
We're not saying they can't have a shed, just make sure you go by the building department.
Right,
like
yeah.
the-
You'll get the violations if not that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to make sure it's moved, and if it needs a permit, we get a
Yeah, I
permit.
mean, it might not have to be moved, it depends.
Just
on the-
measure it out and then,
It's close to the fence, though. So
Yeah.
it has to be does it have to be 4 feet, I believe, from
4
the
feet,
fence?
that depending on the
Depends on the
zoning.
size.
Yeah, they'll be able
So
to
I
give you
can
the
ask building
correct
department
information.
about that.
Yeah, they'll have all those
Okay.
requirements for you.
Okay.
Let's remind you, you're still in the oath and you're here for 654 Long Island Avenue in Deer Park
Correct.
as well, okay? Do you agree to the terms and conditions you set on this property, that the town set on this
Yes.
property?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you, sir. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
Yes, I would please, Mr. Chairman. If you could just clean up the property. Is he running a business out of there? A landscaping
The
business?
tenant is,
Some
yes.
type, he can't do that. And, like, again, you'll be the one to get the notice. He's got a trailer there.
The tenant's not allowed to have that?
No, it's unlicensed. He's not
Unlicensed.
allowed, he's not
Unlicensed.
allowed to run,
No plate.
Oh, really?
not allowed to run a business out of a
I
red.
mentioned to him to clean up the place many times.
Yeah. Well, you can let him know that your permit could be in jeopardy if he might, understand what I'm saying?
But if his trailer has a plate, then is it allowed, or?
Well, it still looks like I'm asking you that question.
Because
Is he a landscaper?
he's a landscaper.
Right. Maybe he can put all his pails and his wheelbarrow and
Yeah.
things like that, organize things.
Yeah, yeah.
Get it all into the trailer.
Yeah, I believe it's in
Please.
better shape now, but I'll,
Okay, well, these pictures were taken on March 28th.
again,
Probably-
I've mentioned to him many times to clean it up. and
Blame
s-
us.
Hmm?
Blame us.
Blame us.
Right,
That your permit's in jeopardy
yeah.
because of it.
You got wooden pallets in the back there.
A lot of other stuff.
That's considered debris.
Yeah,
I know the kids' bicycles, I understand.
Soda machine, and whatever that is, a drink machine.
I know, he's cleaned it up, it's
The
better,
propane,
but
the propane tanks,
yeah, that's been,
he's got
cl-
tires. I guess you get the gist of it, right?
yes. I replaced the driveway.
Yes.
Okay? Do you understand all the stuff we talked about?
Yeah, I'm gonna have him clean up, and so it's much
Yeah, let's
more
get rid of all the
presentable.
debris,
Yeah.
propane tanks, the drink machine,
Yeah,
get this trailer licensed. It cannot have a commercial plate.
cannot have a commercial plate,
Mm-mm. Commercial can't be stored in a residential area,
right,
okay? So that's gonna create a problem for him.
okay.
But
At this time, is there anyone who wishes to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to extend till July 26th, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, I'm going to extend this to July 26th, sir. Clean up the property, like Mr. Murray said, the business, the trailer, running a business out of the house, the debris, the pallet, just general upkeep of the house. Okay, sir?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, sir.
You as well. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
good night.
Get home safe.
I think the gentleman went
Went
that
this
way.
way?
The,
Maybe you might be
the
outside,
neighbor.
just to, if you want to exchange numbers. 10 Bedell Street in North Lindenhurst. Good evening.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
Okay,
He probably left.
okay.
Maybe he'll contact us and we can contact you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. What is your name? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
Shireen Parisi, 135 Oakside Drive, Smithtown, New York, 11787.
Great. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now, when you said the renewal for this property, do you agree to the terms and conditions?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Maria Adisi.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the application is approved. Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good night.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. I just have a question for you. You had a couple properties in Amityville previously you were here, right?
No,
No? Okay, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Deer
Have a
Park.
good night.
Deer Park?
Babylon, I think, too.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Oh,
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
So you have other properties in the town of Babylon, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Was the permit for one of them denied to you?
No, I'm
Off
up
the
to
top
date
of
with
my head?
everything, to my knowledge.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I can leave?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, you gotta come back. No, just kidding.
Take care.
Okay, get home safe. 70 Calvert Avenue, West Babylon? How are you today, sir?
Good.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
John Mormo, 10 Church Lane, West Islip, New York.
I'm sorry, can you...
John Mormo, 10 Church Lane, West Islip, New York.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in the renewal, do you agree to the terms and conditions on this property?
I did.
Thank you, sir. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
I would, Mr. Chairman. Mark Smith. Mr. Marmo, prior to us being able to approve your permit, there's some issues that we'd like for you to take care of. The first one is replace 2 sections of the sidewalk in front of the house.
Okay.
We have that. Okay, and then replace the driveway.
Okay.
And last, replace the walkway in the rear of the property.
It's a trip hazard.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Anyone here in the audience wish to speak regarding this property? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion.
And until July 26th to give the landlord time to make the necessary repairs to the sections of the sidewalk in the front, replace the driveway and the walkway in the rear.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we're going to give you to July 26th to make the necessary repairs that they just spoke about. Just want to remind, the code is section 191-16 regarding the sidewalk in front of the house. It's a homeowner's responsibility. So,
Do you have a list of what you just said?
Mr.
They have photos.
You know what? I have the photos and I can mark them up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Does he want?
Last but not least.
At this time, 15 Tessino Street in Copac. Hope I didn't butcher that too much.
Is it Tessino?
There's nobody here. Somebody left their phone here.
No, that's
the
ours.
recorder.
Is it Tessino Street? Is it Tessino Street?
Yeah, 15 Casino.
Tessino, okay, great. Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. For the record, can you please state your name and your home address?
I'm Andy Perlo. I'm the managing agent.
Okay.
My office is 198-25 Jamaica Avenue in Hollis, Queens, New York.
Thank you, sir. When you sent in the renewal for this property, you agree to the terms and conditions?
Yes, of course.
Thank you, sir. Anyone here from the board wish to speak regarding this property?
Yes, I would.
Hi.
All right, so after you basically complied, or your interior inspection went well, but right before the meeting, there's an exterior inspection conducted. And the results are that you need to remove or replace the front fence. You could remove it or replace it, and remove all debris from the property. Clean it up.
I thought we did all that.
The house looks nice.
I put a brand-new backyard in, I put brand-new siding on the house, brand-new
Right,
roof on
there's
the
some
house.
railings, though, that weren't used, there was,
What?
there's debris.
There's debris on the house?
On the property.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay.
That's all, just clean it up a little bit.
All right,
Okay?
I'll take care of it,
And,
whatever.
and the fence.
And the
What?
fence.
The fence,
Remove or
I thought it
replace.
was just a matter of repairing, and I thought I repaired it. So, okay.
Take it down, if you want,
Excuse me?
You can take it down. You could remove the fence.
No,
you don't-
no, we don't want to remove it.
Okay.
No, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
That's- Whatever it is, I'll fix it.
Is somebody parking on this piece, like in front of that fence, do you think?
I apologize. I can't tell you that. I can tell you that.
Are you the property owner?
I've been there twice. No, I am not. It's owned by a company called Infinite Green.
Where are they based out of?
Excuse me?
Where are they based out of?
Well, one of them is based in Wyoming. One is based in... One's Wyoming, and one has an office in Manhattan.
Okay.
Is this a real estate investment trust?
It's a company that invests in real estate, yes.
Okay, so it's a
It's a
large
REIT.
company that has
Yeah.
multiple properties.
I understand so, yes.
Okay,
I take care of this property,
okay, okay.
so if anything goes wrong, it's punish me.
Maybe plant a little seed or something in the front where that is?
Yeah, okay,
They're not supposed to park on there, that's all.
okay.
Decide.
Would you object to just give me a little something in writing, and I'll take it to them? Is that okay with you?
We have pictures. for
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
At this time, is there anyone here in the audience that wishes to speak regarding this property? Hearing none? Do we have a motion?
Chased everybody away.
Ah, Jesus, what did I do?
Motion to extend until July 26th, Maria ADC to give.
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none? We're going to extend this to July 26th, sir. Either you're going to remove or repair the front fence, remove all debris around the property.
Yes.
Was that it?
And fix that little patch.
And
in
fix the
front.
patch in the front, you know, the.
Yeah,
the,
okay.
Yeah,
Grass,
Mr. Chairman?
put some
can I have
grass
that
in.
blue piece of paper?
yes.
I'm writing it right on the phone.
You have a phone on you, sir? Would you mind taking a picture of this and showing it to the property owners? This is a notice of violation. So you have debris on the property, okay? I know you're gonna clean it up. Maybe have a discussion with your tenants that if you get one of these, or two of these, they put them on the front door and they mail them to the owners. It could jeopardize their permit if they get too many. Okay? A picture? Tell them we're asking them to be good neighbors.
The owners really want
Nuded.
Okay,
Sampled.
I appreciate that. Okay?
You want to pass this to Sal?
But these start to come out?
That's his photographs.
There you go, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Be grass.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for understanding. You have a great day. You saved the best for last.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
At this time, we're gonna, we made a motion, you're good. You can go home.
That's it?
You're
That's
done.
it. You're done.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you very
Have
much.
a good night.
Take care.
So at this time, we're gonna go back to the second call, which is 29 Cayuga Avenue in Deer Park. Once again, 29 Cayuga Avenue in Deer Park. No one is here. Do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn and remove from the calendar Kelly Medway?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. This case was removed and adjourned from the calendar. We move on to the previous public hearing, 785 Conklin Street in Farmingdale. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Maria ADC.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mark Smith.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. This was approved. 97 South 27th Street in Wyandanch. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Kelly Medway?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. This was approved. 76 Garden City Avenue in Wyandanch. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Kelly Medway?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. This was approved. 48 Halacon Road in Lindenhurst. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Kelly Medway?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. This was approved. 41 West Booker Avenue in Wyandanch. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Kelly Medway?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. This is approved. 42 Winter Avenue in Wyandanch. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Kelly Medway?
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, approved. Okay. 35 Larson Lane in West Babylon, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria ADC.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. 74 North 16th Street in Wheatley Heights, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria ADC.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. 70 North 16th Street in Wheatley Heights, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria Edis.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, approved. 71 New Avenue Wyandanch, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria Edis.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, approved. 8 Hall Court in East Farmingdale, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria Edis.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. Okay. As we move on with communication, yeah. Communications, we have a few communications. We have an email regarding the property at 285 West 12th Street in Deer Park asking for an extension. The record is extended to April 26th. And we also have another communication, City MD report showing why the homeowner of not the homeowner, the tenant of a 218 Cross Path in Deer Park was parking close to the entrance. That was on the revocation calendar. We also have a few more communications. We have an email with pictures from Patricia Wolf going to property at 92 12th Avenue in West Babylon. An email for Cheryl Stakely regarding the property at 92 12th Avenue in West Babylon. An email from Kevin Harvey regarding an extension time on the property at 150 29th Street in Copeg, and the record is extended to April 26th. Great. As we move on to the reserve calendar, 50 Lexington Avenue, West Babylon, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria Edis.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. 122 Marie Street in North Lindenhurst, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve by Mark Smith.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Maria Edis.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. The 47 Lake Drive in Wyandanch, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. 25 Irving Avenue, Wyandanch, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. As we continue on, we'd like to take a moment and accept the minutes of the March 29th, 2023 meeting. Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept the minutes, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded by?
Seconded by Mike Murray.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, this is approved. We have two upcoming meetings. We have April 19th and we have April 26th, 2023, which is a work session. It is now 7:23. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn, Kelly Medwig.
Seconded